Hi everyone, I'm so excited to show you this new journal that I made using ink and page downloads from Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. What a wonderful, wonderful challenge for December. Debbie created 12 videos plus bonus videos and downloads for the first 12 days of December. And what a beautiful challenge, just even more exciting than opening any advent calendar. This was just brilliant, just to watch every day. I didn't keep up, so I've only finished now. I did try and keep up, but there was just so much. I've included a little clip here with some charms, little moon, star, a little bell here as well, and then just one of the little tag cutouts from Debbie's printables. Wonder. And Debbie created this journal layout and called it Winter's Heart, which was quite a challenge for me because I live in South Africa and we have a very sunny Christmas. I've placed the glimmer tag in there and some other tags. This was some of the fold out tags. And I just made a tiny little one for the front here. Pop in there, so there's two little pockets there. And Debbie created different layouts for different days. So there was one day with pockets, which was wonderful. So that was from one of my pocket days. Obviously, I used that page as the cover. Her first day was the signatures, and these are all my signatures together. One of the bonus days had all these beautiful tags. So here's walking in a winter wonderland. How special and how clever that was. I just love that. That's just so creative. I've added all her papers. Here's my end covers on the inside here. And all these little cutouts were from different days as well. The little tickets, tags, I've added there. Some of this I printed on a more photographic paper, so that's why there'll be a bit of a sheen on that. But all the signatures I printed on 200 gram paper. Right, so here's a little flip that I actually glued down and popped those little tags inside. Every page just had the most beautiful prints, either plain prints or diagrams. These beautiful pines, just gorgeous and gorgeous colors. Here was a little pocket with some tags that I popped inside. Little fold out, that's just a tag, yeah. It was a fold out tag, but I've got those further along. Here I just popped on a brad and some ribbon just to add a little bit of detail there. And that I printed onto vellum paper. Just did a little border there. There's another little pocket with a cutout there. So I pressed little tags in there. And all the lovely wording. Debbie did a whole page with just that wording, and that was so special because you can just use it all over the journal. The first snowfall. And I just cut out lace detail, punched out, sorry, that's a punch. You can see the detail there. I just added some other pages from my own stash. Here's another flip that I glued down and popped in some of the pages that I created using her downloads. Debbie had all these lovely tags. This one's so cute with the little rabbit there. That's the hare, I think it is. Wish upon a star. The circles were included in those downloads. I just made a little flip over there. Here I used Debbie's idea where she had actually taken a bit of fabric. I didn't have the same fabric, but this one is a little bit of almost netting fabric with some printed stars on. And I actually sewed that down using that tag as the anchor there. And on the other side, same thing. I included a lot of lace, as you can see. I just love the lace here. Also, again, beautiful idea from Debbie. More tags in the pockets. Just love this. This detail, this almost embroidered detail on this page is beautiful. so effective. Here I made a belly band, just again punched out a little bit from this glitter paper, added in a little tag there, one of the diagrams from the downloads, pop that in there, and another flip, pop outs. This was from one of the bonus pages where Debbie included these gorgeous snowflakes. A lot of cutting out, but also gorgeous to do and include. This was a flip from the top. So I added that onto the page. It actually is flipped over this side of the page. I just put a border on that end. Added one of the very pretty lace borders, printable lace borders that she included. And then made a little pocket inside, a little secret journaling spot inside there. I love this. Beautiful butterfly. Another journaling card in there. Included an envelope. On the day that Debbie did the envelopes, I made 2 of the small ones with their little tags that pop out. And pop that in one of the pockets. It's very clever detail. This paper is so beautiful. I think this is one of my favorite pages. This was one of the end papers, but I just used it, printed it, and created a tag using that there. Put the fabric again, and here I sewed it all around the page to completely cover that page. Little pockets on the tag, more journaling space, and popped in pockets. Here was a beautiful poem that I included, The Snow Fairy, from The Snow Fairy, and also another little hidden journaling card. Beautiful details. Again, while we were enjoying sunshine and a sunny Christmas, it was very interesting to do this, and I saw it as a challenge and really enjoyed it. Here I just attached a mini envelope and made it flip over with a hidden journaling card in there. Pocket on the front, some cards there, a little bookmark attached with a paper clip, some ribbon. I did a lot of punching of borders with all my papers, like all the cut-offs from the pages that I used, just so as not to waste any pages. There's the vellum again. Here I just used a little CD envelope, glued it down, left the top open, so it's glued a little bit of a background, and that tag can go in and out there. I added a bit of stamping detail from a Christmas swirl stamp I had. Here again, this was actually left over from a cutout that I did that didn't go according to plan, so I used it as a little pocket, which I thought was quite cute. Another poem with a pocket. Another pocket. Obviously this has also got lots of journaling. All these papers were from Debbie's downloads. Here I just added some of other downloads I had just to use as contrasting paper. And that's the back of that first signature. Here are the tags. Again, punched out borders. And there we go into the second signature there. Again, another pocket. Here I added some ribbon. Just made 2 holes and added ribbon there for that bookmark. Beautiful diagrams from her layouts. Here I actually sewed this lace on, sewed it onto this side so that I could keep this whole page free, because I just love these candles. And this detail, this texture, the paper, you almost want to touch it and feel the detail there. And the lanterns up the pathway there. A lot of the pages I just left free because the images are just so beautiful. Another flip that I glued down, popped in some more journaling cards in there. Here I included just some extra paper, more vellum. And here another one of the poems here. This one actually flips up and then tucks into that little snowflake, just so that you can see that beautiful image underneath as well. Okay, let's have a look here. Right, this one I did as a flip. Another beautiful image of candles here and light, so symbolic for the festive season, for Christmas, everything that it reminds us of. Here again, some more pockets we did on the pocket day. I also made a little pocket out of the fussy cut, and these tiny little tags, tiny postcard that I added in there. This tiny fold over tag also in there, just to add detail. Pockets with tags and there, a bit of ribbon added on. And here again, the fabric underneath that pocket. I glued that back of that pocket directly onto the fabric just to hold it to the bottom of the page. Here's a pocket with an envelope created on the envelope day, so with its tag inside. These are so cute and so easy to make. That pops into there. Use the ticket there and another quote there. And this is the front of the third signature, so that you can see they're actually quite full, these signatures. So this one I added as also almost a flip out here on the front cover with another pocket. Tags in it, added the snowflake there, some other tags there. This beautiful pattern paper. It was lovely just to actually now be able to see it here instead of just covering it with that. There's Wonderland, the edge tag included in on one of the bonus days. We really were spoiled, Debbie. Thank you so much. Just so much generosity and creativity is quite extraordinary. Thank you. Now the pocket with tags in there. I'd added some lace and a brad on the top there. Again, my vellum. Some plain journaling paper here. Stamped some pine leaves onto the edge just to mimic what was happening on this side. Again, the fabric's just sewn onto the side there because I sewed it on that side and then on the matching page on the other side here. And it held it down when I sewed the signatures together. Oh, I love this one. This one was a mini folio. Wow, it's lovely to do. I've never actually included the mini folios in my journals, and that was just really lovely to do. Another tag there. More tags. There's just so much journaling space here. And I even have leftover bits of paper and circles and cutouts. Here I added the lace again at the edge. And here I just added an envelope, just a plain blue envelope, probably slightly bright for the color combos that Debbie had here, but it works. I think it works. Little fold out booklet there. And then this pops over. Show you the window there. Another tag there. This was literally leftover paper that I just popped in there. This was one of my favorite pieces. This beautiful floral there included in that on that page. And in here's just a little space to add more journaling. Added a bit of sticky lace there. Love that as well. So I kept those free so you can actually see the image underneath. This was just a 3-fold, unfold pocket. Again, for journaling, can be popped in that way or that way. This image I loved, so I just left it. I love these pages. I actually like those pages a lot, which have the images and then space for writing. Particularly love that. Here again, that's meant to pop in there. This was a flip that I actually haven't stuck down. I've just popped that another one of the 3-fold out tag there, but it actually holds. For some reason it holds quite nicely there when the book is closed, so that's not a problem. fabric. My stamping, not 100% right, but because I stamped it once, it was actually already sewn together. This was that beautiful page that I printed on vellum. I wanted it again in the journal, so I added it on the vellum. And I do love putting the little stitching detail with a white gel pen, so you'll see that everywhere in this journal. Lanterns. Breathe deep. Yes, we had to breathe deep because this was quite a lot of work on some days. I love this little one with its little pockets, and it opens out with another surprise inside and on the back, and all the tags come out. So they got added in there. Did make it quite chunky. My last page there, and that page pops over again. Another flip with a beautiful bell, and the bell flips. Let me show you that there. The last pocket with the key in, little disc in there. I wanted to add a pocket here, but because the journal was so full, you can see it's about 7 centimeters wide. So what I did is I put all the signatures together, but I didn't sew them in. I didn't sew them together. So first I did all my pages because I like to do it that way. Then I know how fat the journal's going to be. And this was my first time sewing the signatures right in to that back. Not sure what that's called. We did that on the covers day. Debbie included all these sections for the covers, and then did a video on how to sew that in, which was really, there's my middle. So I'm quite proud of that, quite proud how that worked. And then the last thing was this mini folio, which I can't actually, if I put it in the journal, then it's just a little bit too fat. So I probably will add it to the front and then tie the ribbon around it like that. It does cover the front a bit. That one opens up. Little pockets and tags there, bit of the glitter in the back, and just a little band at the back, and then that pops into, I love that idea, just popping into the ice, I want to call it an icicle here, and that's the journal. Thank you, Debbie. Really, really special. I love this particular tag. One of my favorites with the books. I think anything to do with books is just so beautiful. And there again, my tags there. And I probably will just tie that on under there. Thank you. What fun.